right, so we are back with episode 14.
14, huh?
Yep.
Getting close to 20.
We are. We're going to hit that 20.
Getting excited.
For end of summer, before we know it. Yeah.
All right.
Today, we're going to check out 3 different projects, kind of all in different wheelhouses.
Yep.
Actually, all handled by 3 different people. So, first project and client was Rapid Peaks. So, they are basically a sports and marketing agency out of Germany. So they reached out and they wanted basically this kit that they were going to send out to clients and their employees as a holiday gift.
Yep.
So they had a nice brief.
It's always nice getting a good brief. You know, you get that good brief, and that's almost my favorite client. People like to ask, who's your favorite client? Mom and pop or Nike or this and that. And it really comes down to me is a good brief because, you don't got to search for the path. You know the path and just start heading down it,
Yeah, and with them being, marketing agency and designers themselves, they had a clear vision. So so let's dive in. So round 1 on these comps. So Lift Your Vision was their tagline, and they wanted this whole theme based around space.
Yep.
Done a lot of stuff with space.
I know, it's kind of fun actually. There's definitely some, elements that lend itself to what, the project's going to be. So
for sure.
Definitely got to have the black background. You definitely need some little twinkles in there.
There's just so many, different objects and things you can pull from for space.
Even if you look back at some like early graphic design work in the 60s and 70s, it's like a lot of like maybe NASA, it's for them. Mm-hmm. So there's like really kind of definitive looks, a rectangle with rounded corners looks, spacey. So
like that NASA patch.
Exactly. So I mean, even at this top right one in this first badge set has a NASA vibe, you know what I mean? So
a bunch of these are you, right?
This whole first page is Jordan.
Oh, this is Jordan?
Yeah,
okay.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Just good classic badges. That top left one, I mean, it's easy just to do a circle, but then it's like, how do you change it up a little bit? Well, let's make it a ribbon and fold back and
break out that banner.
Yeah, It looks good.
Yeah, and you'll see their little A icon there, which obviously they wanted included in every comp. So
yep. So this second set is my batch here.
This is cool.
Went a little crazy with the rocket, and that bottom left one definitely has a NASA vibe to it.
That's a great patch.
Yeah, yeah. The way the shape holds the A, I kind of found that last minute. Like, okay, let's run with this.
That middle one, that shape, I love that.
Yeah, left middle. I think they picked it. I don't know if they actually ran it on anything, but I think they picked that.
Yep. Moving on, we got the space astronauts. That was one of their asks or suggestions was an astronaut at some point.
One of them, which was, they asked for an astronaut riding the space shuttle.
Yeah, space shuttle.
Which is like, oh shit, that's kind of gnarly. But Davey smashed that. That's perfect. I wonder if he lasted 8 seconds on the ride there. And
he looks like he's riding the bull.
Yeah. But yeah, these are perfect. These are on point. I think these are what you're gonna see on the final, right? That bottom left.
Yeah. Yep. So this was the round 1 comps. Then moving on to round 2, they came back with some edits to some of this stuff, which great ideas, well deserved as far as like the flag there. You see touching the K. There's no reason for that little tangent there. So definitely, and then like using their word mark instead of a font up top.
This is a fun one. You get this back and you're like, cool, I can crank this out fast. And sometimes you get it back and there's, marks all over it and you're like, all right.
Yeah. And then the astronaut, kind of flip him going the other way. Not too hard.
Yeah, it's doable.
Yeah.
Flip the flag.
Number 3, get that flag up a little bit more. And then number 4, use the word mark in there.
It's a good badge though. It's just like that triangle, but it kind of all folds back there.
Yeah, it's simple.
It's simple, but it's like definitely space,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
shoot.
Boom, this was yours.
No changes.
Actually, the one with no changes was Dustin's badge.
Yeah.
That we were just talking about. Boom, just big check mark.
They didn't use it, but hey, no changes.
I think they did. Well, I don't know.
Somewhere, yeah. You just see that green check mark and, you feel good.
Yeah, you're like, boom, I got it.
We always joke here, one of the worst responses to get is good start. And you're just like, damn, I thought I was done. I thought it was a home run, good start.
For sure.
Yeah, when you think you're done, you're usually about 40%. So I think that's
on a bad project, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like a David Goggins quote.
Yep. So finals. So basically these 5 they selected and then took those 5 and built out the kit, which
pretty cool. Just one random day, get a big old box. What the hell from Europe.
The kit is here.
They paid some big cash to ship that over here, so thank you.
And the cool thing is, they got the astronaut badge on the front here, but
Mm-hmm.
then when you open it up, you have this card. You have this card that is in German.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not quite sure what it says,
no, me
but it has
neither.
our logo next to their logo. So I'm assuming it kind of tells the story
Who we are.
of who we are. I hope.
Yeah.
But they gave us credit on the box and everything, and then inside the box, you have this coffee kit and these mugs that utilize the designs.
So that's like what is that? A pour over thing? I'm not.
Yeah,
Super
yeah. So it's
coffee
the
guy.
coffee, drip coffee.
Oh, it came
pour
with the
over.
coffee.
Yep, you get the coffee, you get the 2 mugs, which is kind of cool. I'd be hyped if I got this for a holiday gift.
Totally.
And then you have on the inside the astronaut again. So
Print on the inside. That's a little spendy probably there.
yeah, no, for sure. And these are all screen prints.
Yeah.
So super nice kit. I mean, shit. I'd love to send something like this out to our clients,
I
but
know we need to
just
that custom
step it up.
Just that custom foam with the cutout in there. I don't know why it just makes it feel like James Bond or something. Official.
For sure. I love that. It's like what would hold like a gun or a bomb.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Or it's like Pulp Fiction where you never know. You open it up and it's just glowing.
Yeah, exactly.
use your
You're never going to see
imagination.
it. So yeah, cool. Very cool project for them. They're super hyped with this whole kit. Sent it out to the clients, and I think it did well for them. So then they came back a year later for a second project. So let's move on to that one. Now you'll see here, kind of on screen, some of these photos. They did a photo shoot with the whole kit as well.
Yeah, it's always nice when you have photography that lends itself. It proves that it's real because there's so many projects that everyone does that never see the light of day. So if there's photos of it, it's real.
For sure. So yeah, project 2 was basically, this one came with a nice brief, super detailed. Kind of move on to exactly what they want. 5 to 8 illustrations containing previous space astronaut theme. So they basically wanted to build off of this theme and these astronauts. Please add the same stars and twinkle from the last set, and then they have basically all the product it's going to be used on, which is cool.
Great to know. I mean, it's going to have a black ground, you know what I mean? So
I mean, look at that. They even mocked it up. Like, hey, if it's going to be a spot UV on a black mug, it's going to look like a negative.
Totally. Yep. I mean, even the fact that, they're showing you it's going to be small, you know what I mean? Like, keep this thing, keep the detail low.
They went through every idea here. I didn't include them all, but then, so this one was the shuttle. But then moving on here to the first round of comps. So super rad. You got the coffee cup, doing everything basically.
Look at that freaking third one on the top.
Yeah.
That's going to be us. That's going to be us in the hot tub doing the podcast.
Totally.
Yeah.
You got the astronaut inside the coffee mug.
These are great. I mean, the milk making the Milky Way galaxy,
That's fun.
That's a good one. And the fact that they're working and showing you how they work on both, dark and light.
Yeah.
That's a hard, task to do.
Yeah, totally different vibe. Like it looks so good on white as well, though.
Oh yeah.
So
dang.
you'll see the slight change, slight variation in. So instead of the coffee bean as the planet, it moved to the coffee mug as a planet with a bunch of coffee spilling out.
Even the bottom third one over, that's like, I don't know, the little Packer thing. Like that's funny, dude. These are good.
Yeah.
Davey killed these.
He did.
Just the concepts alone. I mean, execution's obviously on point, but the concepts are pretty funny.
Yeah, which a lot of these, I mean, they had sent that specific, like, hey, combine these two elements into one. So
that's great.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So we basically provided those 8 illustrations for their next coffee project.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, they got some good ideas over there.
They do. Yeah, so it was cool. Just a different client. We get sometimes ad agencies reaching out. A lot of times it's for, we're almost like the middleman in a large project where we're doing just the illustration work, This was something for their studio, which was cool.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of those, they may specialize in branding or photography or just advertising. So it's like, we'll come through and help you out with some illustrations or, kind of whatever you're lacking in.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And, obviously they liked our stuff enough to to want to include it in their company's marketing.
Yep.
You know, which is cool.
Yeah, and come back, you know,
Yeah.
for year 2.
Yeah.
Put our branding on there with theirs.
Yeah, which was cool. That's great.
Couldn't get any better. I mean,
So yeah, Rapid Peaks. Thank you guys. Fun projects.
yeah, we'll look forward to doing year 3 with them.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
They got to holler.
Yep. All right. So moving on to another project and client, Sector 9 Skateboards.
All right.
So this was one I feel like it was a long time in the making. We used to see these dudes at Agenda.
Oh yeah.
And having the old studio.
Throwback Agenda, dude.
This will sit up here. Having the old studio in San Diego.
R.I.P.
Sector 9 has always been based in San Diego. So we'd stop by their booth at Agenda from time to time and just kind of be like, hey, yo, we do skateboard graphics for all these different clients. You know, let us know if you can help out. Never really worked out, you know, until we moved up here.
Then we left the area.
Yeah. And then we get to call and we get to work on some skateboards for them. So super, super cool just because it is that San Diego brand.
I mean, they're classic. You know what I mean? It's Sector 9. We know about it. Our dads probably know about it. I mean, this is like the classic epitome of, I don't know, skateboard brands for the world, you know?
Yeah.
Just looking at them as art is just done very well, you know? I mean, the fact that they have the clear sprayed-on grip tape on top that, you know, you have another canvas for art. Just the side of it with, you know, the details, that's pretty cool.
It's fun.
Yeah, even just to let the veneer show through.
All that, yeah.
Yeah, these guys are, the art's cool. There, you know?
We knew off the bat they were going to be the Bamboo series boards,
Yep.
which they've done year after year. So they basically give us this page where it shows the last couple of years of graphics. Great graphics.
Oh,
you know, all different styles, different artists that have, you know, kind of contributed to this series of boards.
I mean, the colors alone just kind of tie it all in, you know? I don't know, it just definitely has a Sector 9 feel, you know?
And we knew we had to show the bamboo, you know, through the graphic. Like you see here, it's very heavy on the wood showing through. So moving on to round 1. So we had Brandon, Damaso, and Davey each kick in a couple sketches.
These are fun, dude.
Yeah, they're cool. And I mean, these didn't get used, but they should be used somewhere.
Yeah, these are fun graphics. I mean, the eye in the middle of the barrel, like, that's crazy.
Yeah. And we knew it was going to be 2 boards, 2 different sizes. You have the big one, this bad boy, and then the small kind of cruiser boards. So that's where you've seen the 2 different size boards.
I mean, they go in. I mean, there's like stuff on the trucks on some of them, stuff on the wheels. I mean, they're really going in.
So here's 2 color sketches. Well, man, some people wouldn't call this a sketch.
I know that's where Brandon's crazy, because to me, I could work with this as final, but this is you know, only just the start for Brandon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Moving on, Damaso.
That left one, dude.
Dude, the wave in the skull.
Everything, that part, even the way that the I don't know, the space comes up into the type, and then there's trees on that, and
yeah, the Sector 9 type.
Yeah, the 9 in the counter space of the O.
Yeah.
That's fun. Even just a wave with the little bamboo frame, you know, it's just clean and easy.
Yeah, it is. Round 2, so they basically came back with kind of a whole new direction in a way. They wanted definitely the skull and this crab kind of theme. So all those were kind of
we got a good start on
thrown
that
out
one.
the window. Yeah, we definitely got a good start.
Yeah,
hey, good start, dope art. But let's
try
do
again.
this. Yeah,
the skeleton hula is you know, I see it up there. That's a no-brainer. That's you know, skateboard worthy, tattoo worthy, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. So basically, sent this over to Brandon, and he did these 2 quick pencil sketches. And then at this point, they're like, "Hey, let's just leave it pencil.
Oh yeah,
no color, you know." So once they approved those, Brandon moved on to ink and color, which is what you're seeing here. Limited color, so we could show a lot of the wood through it, and then options on color blocking, like that one with the sun just being the color in the background, or the moon, whatever you want to call that.
Yeah,
that's not even how it turned out. Well,
they kind of did some like tie-dye, you know,
yep,
painterly stuff in there. But yeah, just letting the hula girl show through is so fun.
Yeah, and then the Sector 9 type on its own is fun.
Super good on both of them. Even the one on the left with the arc. I don't know, should make that a font.
Right. And then final art here. So even kind of see how it all played out.
Even the marketing with the, you know, I don't think we did that, but with the two tones with the split,
yeah,
that's effective.
It is.
I don't even longboard, but I kind of want to buy this.
And like you
That's
said, I mean, the
strong,
clear
dude.
grip and the top of the board, it all ties together.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're.
I mean, visually that is, very good looking.
So yeah, kind of final product shots here.
Yeah, great color.
They turned out good. We're super stoked on that whole deal, that whole collaboration. They sent over all the Instagram assets. They had some little animations that they sent us as well to use. So, a cool partnership when they develop the assets in the end for like social media, and then they say, hey, we want to share these with you.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and promote it as well.
Totally.
Which works. It works for them, and it obviously works for us. We're stoked to get those files, be able to promote the product and projects. So
it's a no-brainer. It's something that all projects should go that way.
They should, but you definitely get some clients that are like, no.
Please don't show this ever.
Yeah.
We got to get these guys to do. I saw some of the pool boards in the old ideas. We got to get a pool board with them.
We do. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Something we can ride.
Put that out in the universe.
That'd be great. Let's move on to True Grit. So True Grit Texture Supply Company.
Yeah, this dude is killing it.
Yeah.
I see his stuff. I can't scroll through Instagram without seeing either his stuff, other artists using it. He is really taking over.
He's great. I've kind of known him for a while. We actually met up with him at a designer con.
Okay.
Super cool guy, Andrew. Australian, moved to LA years back. He's always crushed it with his own art. I think if you go to kindred_studio on Instagram, and he honestly took his style and his texture and his basically illustration style and created a company off of that.
Yeah.
Because he's always done a ton of grit and kind of grunge and everything in his artwork. So it totally made sense. It wasn't like he was making something up out of nowhere, just like, hey, let me make some money.
Yeah. I mean, it's done really well. And I mean, the offering that he has is crazy,
Yep. Yeah, it's great. So,
I mean, if this was just some random doodler doing this company, it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have been as big, so it's like, it's all the right pieces.
Yeah, it is. So he reached out and he wanted us to do a tutorial for his company using his brushes.
Yep.
So basically an illustration, kind of whatever we wanted. We brainstormed some ideas, but all utilizing his brushes, whatever we kind of wanted to work with. So
yeah, I mean, and the final piece that we're looking at here came out so good.
Yeah, which is what's up.
Yeah.
Up on the board there as the big poster, and then we have it back here on a tee, which we'll talk about later. But so if you go on his website,
we'll link it in the the show notes down below.
Yeah, because you can kind of roll through this with us. So being Photoshop, being brushes, Damaso's the guy.
Oh yeah,
I feel like he'll create his own, but he has a handle on the brushes in Photoshop.
Totally, and he used the Wacom and Photoshop for this project. But typically he's going to be like Manga or Procreate, and then he's going to use the Procreate brushes in there.
Yep.
But what's cool about True Grit is they offer the brushes in both. So it's like if you like the rusty nib set, but you're a Photoshop guy, you can grab that. But if you're a Procreate, guy or girl, you get that one. So
yeah, it's rad. So I mean, there's the list here of what Damaso used.
Yep.
The rusty nib, stippling studio brushes, the gritty vignette, TIFF textures.
Yeah, the stipple studio brushes is my personal favorite. I'll mess around with those, and nobody's got time to sit there and stipple shit out. So it's just like, just hit it with a swipe, and you got all the stipples there.
Yeah. Software skill level, novice to expert. I'd say kind of errors on the expert side.
I was just gonna say, let's just go ahead and put that all the way on the expert. But
yeah, you got to know what you're doing. That's where it's like, you can buy these brushes, from here, there's a few other places.
Any assets in general.
Yeah, and that's not going to make your work. I mean, you need to already be an amazing illustrator to produce something like that.
Oh, yeah.
The brushes aren't going to do it. So
yeah, there's so many little tips and tricks you're going to learn along the way that, that you're already going to know. So once you have the brushes, it's just, an added bonus.
Yeah.
But
I mean, just the lighting and the shadows, and,
line
composition.
weight.
Yeah. It's like
so many facets.
Yeah, you need to know that before you even spend any money on brushes. But
totally.
So yeah, kind of diving into this thing. The idea was him and I sat down and I wanted this final illustration to be something we could use on something, on a product or whatever it be. My idea was that we would end up using it on as a catalog cover for like Lincoln brand,
It's a no-brainer
for a season. So here's some reference and general vibes that I kind of pulled.
Just the reference alone is so good.
Like Old Man's Life magazine covers, Outdoor Life.
Yeah, loving this.
Bonham, which was an old brand back out of California.
R.I.P.
Yeah, they were great. Stood for like Man Hobby backwards, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then kind of you scroll down to the concept. So it was like our Yeti Sasquatch dude kind of chilling by a lake, maybe a cabin, maybe a barbecue, you know.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to leave it pretty loose, especially with Damaso. You give him something like this, keep it really loose. He'll come back with something just 10 times better, or just a bit off the wall that you were like,
just left field.
Total left
He's
field.
gonna come
Yeah.
with left field, you know, always. Even if you give him this specific brief, you know, it's not gonna be bad left field, but it's gonna be left field.
It's gonna be left field.
Yeah, which is good. I mean,
it is. And I feel like the one piece on this, the left field part is the pig's head.
Oh yeah,
on the barbecue.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
I mean that's throwback to the old studio when we'd have these huge pig roasts.
Pig roast, out in the desert. Yeah. So part 2, the sketch phase.
That sketch is damn near worth like as good as the final. Like that is
that watercolor
look
look.
At that.
Like, ooh.
Just the value, the texture, everything about it.
I love it. Yeah.
Damaso's crazy.
So below that, you kind of have some of the notes, and it links to the Stippling Studio pack.
I mean, it even says right there in the tip, don't rush through the sketch. It's a critical stage of the project. And that's pretty much it for, stuff like this is all going to start with the sketch. If your sketch is shitty, like hopefully you can pull together for the final, but damn.
Inking your line art. So that's what you've seen on screen up there.
Yep.
This to me, like, not being an illustrator, but going from that sketch to like this, like there's a lot of gaps you're filling in.
Oh yeah.
Like
I feel like Damaso knows mentally as he's doing the sketch, okay, I'm going to, finish this line here. This line will extend. But for me, just looking at the sketch, I'm like, oh shit, how are you going to make that chair look like it, ends the way it does? And
right. So yeah, he has his brush sizes in here and everything.
I mean, with him, like he'll just run his pressure sensitivity in Photoshop at like the most sensitive ever, where like I can't even use it.
Right.
I mean, he's able to just swipe these perfect lines. Makes me jealous.
So moving on to part 4, using color in the line art. So there's a fun little gif here of it changing.
Yeah, I mean, that's perfect. First and foremost, you probably just do the whole thing black to get it there, and then you kind of isolate some of the areas and add some color. So it gives some depth and value to it.
Him and I went back and forth, and so I provided kind of this page of like, hey, this is the old school cooler.
Yeah.
Let's use something like this, just so you'd get that whole vibe.
Yeah, those are the things that like Damaso will definitely take it on his own to do it, but then it would suck to come back and be like, hey, actually the cooler you did is great, but we want this Coleman cooler.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Which is what I kind of did.
Yeah.
But it was in sketch phase.
Yeah.
So part 5, adding in the color fills.
That orange.
Makes it, yeah. And then something like this, like you'd almost think that the smoke and even the mountains and stuff could be black line, but the fact that like it's not just makes it,
Yeah, that contour line is kind of something I always, not being an illustrator, you're like, oh, everything needs a black, line around it, but it doesn't really.
Right.
Some of it could have it, some of it doesn't need it.
Part 6, adding stippling shading to bring form and perspective to the composition.
It definitely takes it to the next level,
It does.
Even that little keep searching sticker on the side of the cooler, just perfectly on brand.
Yeah, the Lincoln on the front of the barbecue.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's a bit busted, which is perfect. It fits exactly.
But it's the same exact piece, but just a little different.
Yeah, the detail fits the whole illustration. Like you would want to just kind of slap the logo on there, rough it up a little bit, and call it done,
Oh, no.
But no,
not with Damaso.
He's going to hand draw that whole thing. We're going to have Damaso here in the studio in, I think, 2 weeks, him and Brandon and Davey to sit down and kind of go through some illustration projects. So,
they have to.
Yeah.
I see on all the comments, oh, how come it's, these people on the show always? I mean, we're just here in-house with Dan, so these other guys will be up here in a couple weeks for a get-together, so you'll get to see them as well.
Yeah, and they can talk through a couple projects, because this would have been a great one to have Damaso in on,
Totally.
Moving on to part 7, using negative space. The way those mountains,
just getting that white ground to come through, perfect.
Super limited color, in a way, Like you don't. It's not like the mountains. The mountains, the clouds, and the smoke are all the same color.
Yeah.
You know.
Is that the gorge? Is that Mount Hood right
I
there?
think that's the gorge. That's Hood.
It's
Yeah.
looking like it.
Yeah. And part 8, adding the subtle texture.
Oh.
In that,
Yeah, look at the before and after.
Yeah, there's the gif of the before and after.
Definitely adds a little bit that you need, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing.
I mean, he's got his Photoshop, like, layers and everything in there, dude.
Yeah, it shows the layers.
On the opacity, on the overlay, okay.
And part 9, don't be afraid to edit yourself. So.
Oh, yeah, fully changing it up a little bit.
Yep.
Adding some depth.
Yeah, getting everything a bit darker.
Yeah, put the shoreline in there a little bit. This is fun to look at. Whoever made these GIFs did good.
Yeah, this was True Grit.
Ooh,
True Grit knows what he's doing.
Just that little bit of cloud going over the script there makes it.
Yeah, finishing up with the type part 10. So we've got the Lincoln design in there, outdoor gear guide. Yeah, it kind of brings the whole thing together.
Totally.
You know, there's a reason for that big area up in the sky now. You know, so
this makes me want to get outdoors, dude.
It's cool. Yeah. And then Yahoo, we're done. So yeah, super fun piece. It's something that we did this like a year ago or something, year and a half ago, but we've had this artwork sitting there. So we finally made a poster out of it for our one retreat out to the gorge.
Yep.
And now we're finally going to make some tees that are being printed right now. So they should be out in about 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, this thing's been in Dan's office for a little bit, and every time I go in there, I'm like, dude, we need a shirt. Like, what do we got to do? So finally, OSI came through, and we got a sample made, so.
Yeah, this is just a sample one-off.
Yeah.
And actually, the artwork is going to be a little bigger. I think
it's dead on, though. Look, the printing on that is crazy. Will, you got to come zoom in on this. Look at that. I mean, we got the texture.
The printing turned out great. My only one change was that it's 13 inches high, the graphic. And
okay.
I sized it up to 15.
All right.
Just so it gets a little bigger.
Oh, hey.
I want like that on your back.
Yeah, classic.
Blasted, big ass print. So
save me a large on that one.
Yeah, yep. We'll have those in the shop here soon.
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get another.
I'll have to send you a tee when these are done.
Oh yeah. We got to do another like a brush set that we make with him. You know what I mean? That's like in conjunction with.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we'll have to talk to him about that. All right, so we gotta have a couple new products in the shop.
Yeah.
So we
these are some products you can't just go get from whatever 4imprint or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, these are full custom. So we had made some belt buckles for Bourbon Lore. So we got the BL, and then we did the kind of the full logo. I like on these. There's some cool belt colors.
Yeah, that blue is pretty nice.
Yeah, so we made these for Bourbon Lore a while back, and I was super impressed with just the quality of the belt buckle, the belts, the leather, everything.
Oh yeah.
Made by Foster Weld. So check him out. He has a ton of his own belt buckles, as well as he makes custom buckles. So it was a no-brainer. It was like, okay, we need some Lincoln ones once these came in. So reached out to him, had some Lincoln buckles made. So we have the Lincoln brand buckle. We have the Lincoln Gold Snake buckle. And then we have the silver version of that as well. So these will super heavy duty.
Oh yeah, this is legit, dude. This is.
Yeah, it's a legit real belt buckle.
They're not gonna let you fly with this thing on.
Yeah, you might set off the alarms.
Yeah.
And then we have a certain amount of them that do come with actual leather belts, so it's kind of limited in sizes and everything. But jump on there, grab what you can, and we'll have more of the buckles than we will the whole belt setup. But
yeah, you'll be able to get just the buckle by itself.
Yep.
If you got your own belt, if you want the whole kit, we'll have that.
Yeah. Yep. And then Foster Weld on his site sells I think he's got 12, 14 colors of leather.
Oh, dang.
And you can buy just the belt, just like one leather belt.
That's good.
Or a bunch of different colors. And they're rad because they all basically, they all just quickly snap on to the buckle. So it's kind of rad. Like you can actually, if you had a bunch of colors, you can just swap them out.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's cool. Great product from Foster. He's the man. He always hooks us up.
Oh yeah, this dude will make anything you need out of metal. This dude will make it.
He will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, check those out. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna spend the rest of the day. We need to figure out the hot tub episode.
Oh, the hot tub.
We're gonna start getting some heat if we don't get this thing done here soon.
We got to do that before peak summer heat.
I know, true. We don't want to be out there in the hot tub, you know.
Or else we'll just have it be a cold tub or something.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, smash that like button.
Yep. Like, subscribe, comment, the bell. What else is there? Follow us on Instagram. Check out our website.
Yep. Thank you guys for all the support.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. See you next time.